What the hell is up, you fucking cunts? Yay, it's episode 40. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really want to be here. I just want to be sitting in front of a screen, watching something or playing something. Definitely not this. So, Fulcrum, as you can tell, is back against his better judgment. This is going to be the 41st episode ever released. Health check right now. I don't know. 8. Clothing check. I don't fucking care. I don't really care what I'm wearing. Going on the motivation check, if you can't tell, I'm at like a 2 out of 10. I just want to be done. And now the fucking garage door is going off, so that's nice. I'm going to start reading my journal while the garage door is opening. This is Friday, October 24th, set 40, day 1, 3:30 a.m. I wake up, shit, shower, brush. 3:30 p.m. I'm assuming is what I meant to enter. I wake up, I shit, I shower, I brush, and then I change for work and drive in. I say hi to Anna and Richard when I clock in. Anna ticks me off until she leaves. Then I chill out with Rich. It's short for Richard, if you didn't know. Ben shows up, Rich leaves. Then I go on break before I head home for the day. I get home, play some Skyrim until I get a new match on, on the application Down. Which is, I hate bringing it up every single time. We're going to call this person Mrs. Chang. Mrs. Chang asks me to make her night interesting. We immediately get to messaging, and she's like, I'm bored tonight. Can you make my night more interesting? And I was like, I can drive over and pick you up, and then we can just, head somewhere. She says, okay, and then she tells me to head over to an address. When I get closer, I am told to meet her in a gas station. So I head into the gas station, grab a cup of water, and I meet her in the candy aisle. She's pretty hot. We get in my car and we drive away. I'm going to start whispering here, I think, until we find a quiet parking lot. I turn and look at her and I ask if I can give her a kiss. Then I lean in and we smooch quite a bit. Eventually we get to, whipping everything out, undressing, as it were. She is really, really fit. I'm not gonna lie, she's got a great body. We have some fun. I'll leave it at that. Then afterwards we cuddle and we talk a little bit before she starts getting dressed. We take off and I drop her back at the gas station and I head home feeling pretty chuffed. I'm not gonna lie. I text with her a bit more throughout the night and I also get a new match on Down. Crazy. Head to bed after playing a lot of Skyrim, heading to Blackreach, but also I want to pick Serana up as a follower. I do keep fucking killing Lydia, over and over again. I hate how she's not an essential NPC. It's pissing me off. Thankfully, I did eventually get rid of Lydia. We'll bring that up, I guess. I don't think I ever actually mentioned that, so at a certain point, I do swap Lydia out. Excuse me. I would very much like an invincible follower. Moving on, set 40, day 2. This is, what is this? Oh gosh, I think Saturday, yeah, October 25th, 8:05 p.m. I wake up, shit, shower, brush, and turn on some Skyrim and start playing. Question mark for this entry, hang out at home pretty much all day. I try to convince Mrs. Chang to slide over to my place. My parents are gone, so we would have the house to ourselves. She's busy working though. Keep playing Skyrim for a while. I do get high here and there throughout the day. I ask what time Miss Chang is getting off of work. I also ask Penny if she wants to watch some Community. After a while, she tells me that she does, so I start the stream up. I wait for Penny to join while I'm scrolling around on my phone. Eventually, she hops in, and we start watching the show. Ben and Shirley do bang. Ben Chang and Shirley. I don't even remember Shirley's last name somehow. They bang during the Halloween episode with the zombies. Then a Nazi runs a secret trampoline on Greentail's premises. Season 2 is really, really very funny, and I recommend you watch Community if you have not. Penny gets tired after I think we watched 4 episodes, and then she goes to bed. I text Mrs. Chang, and Mrs. Chang says that she is down to meet up, so I drive out to that same gas station we met at previously, pick her up in my car, and, we drive around looking for a spot. For some reason, I don't know the area that she lives in, like, I'm not very familiar with it, and, I didn't remember how to get back to the spot we went to Friday night, so we just started driving around looking for a spot. Can't find one, so eventually we drive like 15 minutes back towards my place until we find a nice little park that I am familiar with. We pull in and turn the lights off. We get to smooching, then we start pulling some clothes off. Then we start having a lot of fun. She does ask me to take my chain ring off because she doesn't want it going inside of her, if you catch my drift. Oh my god. I'm full stop here for a second. I feel like a fucking I don't know how to describe it, like a real like slutty scumbag, just talking about my sexual exploits like this. But hey man, I've been unvirgined for like a month and a half now, and it's fun, so I'm gonna talk about it. Sex is fun. Sorry, sue me. I won't lie though, cuddling is equally as fun. Totally down for some cuddling. I also feel like a weirdo right now, so I'm just gonna keep talking about about me having relations with this young lady. Apparently my ring, sort of, as she asks me to take it off, I start taking it off, and it's totally dark, so I don't realize it, but one of the little metal ringlets snaps off, and I thought I lost it. I don't notice it all. It all happens in the dark. Eventually I do. Oh, this is a brutal journal entry. Bear with me here. I'm going to try and get through this one as best as I can. Please don't judge me. Eventually, while we're having some fun, I do end up just gotta come out and say it. I end up hurting her pussy. I guess I made it bleed. I didn't really inspect it that closely, but she was, and she was like, "Oh yeah, oh you made me bleed." Oops, I didn't mean to do that. She says that it's getting swollen, and she's like, "Hey, we need to take a break from messing around with my bits. I'll just mess around with yours for a little bit." And I'm like, "Okay." And oh no. I mean, for the completion of my journal, I'm gonna have to say it, but I'm not necessarily proud of bringing this fact up. She gave me a boob job, which, to be fair, I'm just gonna dive right in. I have always seen boob jobs performed, like, in porn, and every time I would kind of sit there and I'm like, surely that doesn't feel better than, I don't know, just like a mouth or a vagina, right? I will say I was wrong. It feels pretty darn good. I don't know how I'm not going to go any further into detail, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. But at one point she does, like, during Dirty Talk. Also, I should bring this up right now. I'm fucking atrocious at Dirty Talk. She really wants me to be vocal, and there's a lot of the time where I just can't deliver. I feel terrible that I can't deliver for her, but eventually, at one point, while we are interacting. She just, she calls me pathetic. She's like, oh, you're so fucking pathetic. Which I'm not gonna lie, came out of left field. It didn't really affect me in the moment, but thinking about it afterwards, it's very funny. And I'm like, hey, you're not wrong. And I don't know, I guess it kind of turned me on a little bit. I don't know. I'd have to transport myself back to the moment, and I can't do that, so yeah, I just wish I could do a better job of reciprocating the vocalizations that are going on. It's like she's pretty good at delivering the talk, and I'm just not. So it's unfortunate. Eventually, though, we calm down, and she just lays down in my lap for like an hour. We just sit in the back seat of my car for like an hour, cuddling and laying on each other, which is awesome. I think she falls asleep for most of it, but I don't really fall asleep. I'm just sitting there looking at her, thinking like, what is this poor girl doing here in my car? Why is she dealing with me right now? She could pretty much be with anyone. And, well, she chose me, so that's cool, I guess. Definitely very fun to have sex with her. God, I feel like such a scumbag saying it, but I don't know. It happened, and it was her idea, so just gonna pass the blame off. Not my fault. No, I'm at least 50% to blame for the any interactions that we had with each other. Moving on, though, I'm going to this is set 40, day 3 and 4. Both days of entries are in here. Starting out on Sunday, October 26th, I wake up, I shit, I shower, I brush, and I drive into work. Richard asks me to come in early, and I refuse. I'm also still ticked that I lost my ring's little ringlet while taking it off the previous night with Mrs. Chang. I let Richard know like an hour after he texted me. I'm like, oh, I just woke up, even though that's not true. Clock into work, say hi to Richard and Anna, then I get to working. Work does suck, nothing memorable happens, so I leave when it's time. I do text and ask Mrs. Chang if she still wants to go out for ice cream while I'm at work. When I get home, I do realize that I am just totally beat. I have no energy left. I text Mrs. Chang and I tell her that I'm probably not going to make it out. She says it's okay. I ask if she's free sometime later in the week. She says not really. I do tell her we'll find some time eventually. I ask Penny if she wants to watch some Community. She says yeah, which is cool. I tell her that I'll finish up Skyrim and start the stream soon. So I do just that. We finish up a few episodes. The last we watch is Troy's birthday episode. A great one. Penny gets tired and heads to bed, so I decide to start playing Skyrim again, and I finish the main quest. Alduin is fucking dead. Oh my god, I did it. And then I get started on the restoration potion loop. I am going to break the game. Hopefully I won't crash it at all. I haven't crashed it yet, but eventually I do slink into bed and watch some YouTube before I hop offline and go to sleep. The network is finally up and running again after a few days. The home Wi-Fi that I use was down for some reason. Moving on though, Monday, 1:55 p.m. I wake up, I text Mrs. Chang a funny picture, and then I shit, shower, and brush. I lay in bed afterwards to wake up before I go into work. I'm very tired for some reason. Eventually I change and drive into work. Clock on after greeting Anna and Richard. I get to work. Oh boy, I just want to go home and play Skyrim, really. I was about to start enchanting all of my stuff. I get home, I start making some potions and enchanting my gear in Skyrim. I max out my carry weight, my HP, my stamina, my magicka, my bow damage. And then I finish up enchanting right before we take off for my brother-in-law's birthday dinner. We arrive and begin drinking. I do order mac and cheese for my meal, get some cheese curds for an appetizer, and then a Dubai cheesecake for dessert. It's pretty tasty. We all take off, and I eventually get home. I resume Skyrim, and I play through the Companion's quest line until I eventually end up becoming a werewolf, which is cool. I play through some of the Thieves Guild as well, start the DB quest, Dark Brotherhood. I was trying to figure out that abbreviation there for a second. Eventually I get tired and crawl into bed. Penny also mentions at some point she is going to be passing on watching Community. I ask Mrs. Chang if I can drive out and meet up for the night. She says she's too tired from work. Totally understandable. I probably forgot something for this night, but I'm bad at journaling, so I'm just going to say that I go to bed. And we're moving on to Tuesday, October 28th. Set 40, day 5. 11:20 p.m. I wake up real early, lay in bed for a while, and I decide to get up eventually, shit, shower, and brush, and I load up some Skyrim and keep playing a little bit until I eventually get ready to take off for a dentist's appointment. 2:10 p.m. Holy crap, my mouth always gets raped at the dentist. I brush my teeth regularly, as you can tell from the journals. I pretty much do it every day, but no flossing. I never floss, and man, every time they floss me at the dentist, it's just like, ooh, man, that is a fresh and raw sense of like pain. It's so tender, and they get that little strip of floss up in between your teeth, and it just hits that little pocket of gum right in between your teeth. Oh my gosh. It's like, I don't have a clitoris, but I imagine it might be just like a painful version of a clitoris, right? Your mouth clits right in between your teeth. Because you have an ear clit. I've hit my ear clit with like a Q-tip before. Oh my gosh. When you just brush up against your ear clitoris, that is one of the strangest feelings in the world. And it's just, ugh, you gotta get it out of there immediately. But anyways, I don't have a clitoris, so if you ever meet me, don't look around for a clitoris. There's no clitoris on my body. It's just a turn of phrase that I use for little sensitive bits of the body. Other people do as well. I'm sure I'm not the only one to say ear clitoris. Actually, I know I'm not the only one to say ear clitoris. I don't know if anyone's said mouth clitoris, though, for the little spots between your teeth. Anyways, that being said, I hate flossing. I hate getting flossed. Otherwise, my teeth are fantastic. The dentist is like, your teeth look great. You can go now. So I get sent home with a pretty white smile, continue playing Skyrim when I get back until I change for the mall. I get dressed and I drive out. I find my bench and I continue listening to some Katy Perry. Pretty great stuff. I forgot to mention I removed most of my tonsil stones before my dentist appointment. It's fucking yucky. If you don't have tonsil stones, consider yourself lucky. Those are not fun to deal with. 8:50 p.m. I finish Katy Perry's next 3 albums. Very good stuff. I think every single song from each 3 of those albums got added to my playlist. I head back home and chill on some Skyrim until I slouch into my chair and take like a half nap for a while. My eyes are sort of fluttering open and closed for a little bit. Eventually, my mom gets home and my dad does as well. They call up the mobile carrier that we are switching our phones over to. Excuse me. And, fucking course, we decide to call them up like 20 minutes before their support lines are closed for the night. Nothing goes smoothly pretty much from that call. We're all very confused and annoyed throughout the process. Eventually we stop trying and realize we're going to have to get it figured out the next day. So I head back up to my room, keep playing Skyrim until eventually I get tired and head to bed. Moving on to Wednesday, October 29th. Set 40, day 6, 12:50 p.m. I wake up, I shit, I shower, I brush, and flip on Skyrim until I change for work. I change when it's time, then I drive into work. I say hi to Anna and a coworker that we're going to be calling Patricia. I feel like I've already given this coworker a name, but I can't remember what it was, so from now on, she is Patricia. This is Drea's sister, by the way. I feel like if I brought her up already, I definitely mentioned that fact. Drea is another coworker. I'm just too lazy to go back and research any of this, so I get to work and I don't enjoy it for the day. Anna is completely adept at pissing me off and not leaving me alone. At 3:25 p.m., Richard is in rare form today. His shift started like an hour or two after mine. I greet him when he gets in. Eventually, I hop on my break after Richard arrives and Patricia leaves at some point in the day. I take off when I clock out. I get home and play some Skyrim until Penny tells me that she is down to watch Community when she gets settled after work. I say, cool, message me when you're ready, Penny. And I keep playing some Skyrim. Eventually, I do start running around the house, doing some laundry, and talking to my sister, who is over visiting with her kiddo. I do see Penny sent me a message about 7 minutes after she sent it. And I was like, oh shit, I am 7 minutes late to reading this message. I better finish up what I'm doing and get back up to my laptop. I do get back to my PC like 10 minutes after I read that message for the first time. And she says that something has come up. Not a problem. I do flip Skyrim back on and keep playing it. At some point, I do ask Mrs. Chang what her favorite candy is. She tells me that her favorite candy is Swedish Fish. I tell her it's good to know. And then I continue playing Skyrim for the rest of the night until I crawl into bed and sleep. Oh, and also, I do need to mention, just in case you thought the Fulcrum was like a good or decent person, do remember I am in my mid-20s, and, well, oh man, I don't know, I kind of don't even want to say this, because it's definitely like icky, yucky, blecky, but like Mrs. Chang, she is 18 years old. I know, I'm sorry, but it's not like the thing that I always told myself, if there was ever like a extremely young, like as young as possible without being illegal. Let's just get that fact on the table right now. That is what an 18-year-old is. It is the youngest available age that you can engage in legal relations with someone. I'm using the worst words here, but you know what I'm trying to say. It's just not a good look, okay? For somebody in their mid-20s to be banging an 18-year-old. It's not great, but I promise that I was going to say something earlier and I lost my train of thought. I always, before I even downloaded a single dating app, I told myself, hey, okay, if there's somebody on the younger side of the spectrum that appears interested in me, I know in my brain, in my heart of hearts, I know that I will never, ever, ever attempt to manipulate or coerce or just be like a terrible person in that way, because obviously with age comes, I think, a lot of people, their hesitations towards I don't know, what would you call it, relationship of that nature, where somebody is a little bit older than the other, and the other person is, well, literally 18. I think the main issue that most people have with that pairing is, well, the older gentleman has a degree of power and what is the correct word I'm looking for here? Exertion of control over the other person. They have it's probably they have a better chance of having more resources and having more experience. Well, that's the thing. I certainly have next to no experience with relationships and, well, sex and that side of things. In fact, I feel like I'm specifically terrible at it. So if anybody's getting manipulated in this situation, it would most likely be me. She told me, Mrs. Chang has told me that she's had 2 boyfriends before. I mean, and I've never had a single girlfriend, so, although I think I've had more sex with more people than her, which is crazy. Well, not crazy, I don't know, that sounds rude. I don't know, honestly, I think I'm just going to move on to the next day of journals, because this is treading into some territory that I do not want to continue. Speaking of, this is the last day of entries. This is a short one, actually. I forgot to update it, but Step 40, day 7 at 1:45 p.m. I wake up, I shit, I shower, I brush, I crawl back into bed, and I scroll my phone until I change for work. I get dressed for work, and then I drive in, say hi to Anna and Ben before I clock in. Then I go to work, or I get to work, excuse me. Eventually Anna and Ben take off. It's just me and Patricia for about an hour until Patricia takes off as well. 2:25 p.m., a random person from the main store that I work next to arrives, and I hop onto my break. Not for very long, though. This person that just joined to help me out needs help on the front counter, so I run up to the front counter and get them sorted. Then I sit back down to continue my break, and like a minute later I get called back up to the front. I get them sorted again, then I go back to sit back down, and like 2 minutes later I get called back up to the front. Oh my fucking god. It's not his fault, obviously. He doesn't typically work in this location, so he has questions, but it's definitely bad timing. I'm just trying to take my break. He did say that he felt bad. He was like, I usually don't try and call people for help like this. I'm sorry. So I didn't say anything, obviously, to him, where I was like, dang it, dude. I never said anything like that. I was like, no, you're good. Don't worry about it. Moving on, 2:45 p.m., he interrupted me like probably 10 or 15 times throughout my break, which is okay, I guess. I got a bit of an extra long break just because of that. But man, it was difficult to enjoy the break just because there was so much interrupting happening. Eventually, though, I clock off, get home, and start playing some Skyrim when I get back. I do heat up Domino's pizza that me and my family ordered the previous night. I forgot to mention that, but we did get Domino's. I only ate half of my pizza, so I stuck the other half in the oven when I got home and ate that up. I'm trying to think what else I did other than play Skyrim when I got home tonight. Nothing much, nothing important, that's for sure. I think that brings us to the end. Because, now I'm just, obviously, at some point I decided to get off of my ass and start recording this episode. My motivation definitely did go up throughout the recording of this one. I gave myself a 2 out of 10 at the very beginning. And I'm not gonna lie, I still do just want to turn off this fucking microphone and sit down, because I'm tired. But, still gotta do the outro. I don't know if my fart picked up on the mic, but I hope it did. That'd be funny. Outro here. I do think I'm not going to be doing outros, obviously, for the near future. Probably not going to be anytime soon, honestly. So, I'll do a rating for this week. I did get to, yeah. if I need to put it into context, Mrs. Chang is the kind of, girl. Mrs. Chang is the kind of girl that I thought it would have taken me like a couple of years, at least, to bag. Because, man, she is very good looking. She's a very, very attractive individual. And I'm still very confused as to... She did tell me she finds me very physically attractive, which is nice, but I don't think I really bring much else to the table. I'm terrible at conversing, especially when we are having fun, having relations, touching each other inappropriately. Yeah, I'm a fucking wreck in any other way other than my looks, I'm assuming. So at least I can look good to her, because all I just want is to be useful. So it is nice that I am useful to look at, right? And I'm assuming I make her feel good in certain ways that I'm not going to expand upon. Other than that, I think I'm just gonna ask my ending question here. Am I really making a podcast, or am I just jerking off?